Hey everybody, and welcome to my Season 12 Challenger Sett guide. In today's guide, I will give the best build and everything for Sett, as well as an explanation towards how Sett should be played, and of course, a gameplay commentary as well. Now let's start off with the runes. There are currently 3 rune pages that are used in Season 12. The first rune page is Lethal Tempo with Boneplate and Revitalize in the secondary. This is your go-to rune page when playing against bruiser top laners. The second rune page I recommend is Lethal Tempo with Second Wind and Revitalize in the secondary. This rune page is always used to counter ranged top laners. Lastly, we have another Lethal Tempo rune page, but this one includes Tenacity in the main page with Boneplate and Unflinching in the secondary. You want to run this rune page against bruisers and enemy team comps that have a ton of CC. I also want to quickly mention about Conquer. Lethal Tempo and Conquer are both incredibly strong, and both keystones provide the same purpose for Sett. Conquer can be used in all of the 3 rune pages I've just mentioned earlier, so the choice is up to you. For the bonus stats, you always want to take attack speed, adaptive force, and armor or magic resist depending on the matchup you're up against. Now let's move on to the build. For the starter items, you always want to run a Dorn Shield when facing ranged matchups in top lane. When facing off bruiser matchups, this is where you want to go with a Dorn's Blade instead. For the boots, you should always go steel caps against AD matchups and full AD team comps. And when you face off AP matchups or heavy CC team comps or full AP team comps, this is where you want to go with Mercs instead. Now for the full builds, there are 4 of them that are important in Season 12. The first full build is the new meta Sett on hit build. You want to combine this build with the Lethal Tempo in the rune page to get the best results. Now, you want to run this build when snowballing hard. This is the ultimate 1v9 raid boss build with insane carry potential. The second build I recommend is the Gore Drinker build, focused on survivability for teamfighting and also for splitting. This is your go-to build when you need to be tanky, and it's also good against everything. The third build I recommend is the Stride Breaker build. This is the best item set to use when playing against champs with lots of mobility. This will allow you to stick to them very easily so they can't run away. Lastly, we have the fourth build, which is once again the Gore Drinker item set, but this time focused around full armor with healing reduction against healing team comps. You want to take this build against full AD teams. As for the situational items, Black Cleaver is good against tanks, that stands for survivability and against full AD teams, and Bramble and Chainsword are always used to counter healing champs. Now for the skill order, you always max your Q first, then your W, and then your E. You want to do this every game. In very rare cases, if you are up against a matchup you absolutely cannot reach with auto attacks, this is where you want to max your W first, then your Q, and then your E. For the summoner spells, you always take TP and Flash every single game. Now let's move on to the laning phase. With Sett, there are 2 different kinds of matchups that you can run into. If you play against a bruiser matchup, you want to move up in the early game and take the pressure. By doing so, you can push the wave slowly and build it up. If your opponent moves up, use your E using the enemy creep wave to land the stun. Try to be as efficient as you can be with your auto attacks and your Q while your opponent is stunned. After the stun runs out, back off and wait for your abilities to get back up. You want to do this on repeat until you have the chance to all in. Now, when facing off an enemy ranged top laner, usually you want to stay back and play safe for the first couple levels. Once you reach level 3, you want to position yourself very close to the enemy wave, and once your opponent moves up to farm or poke you, this is where you stun and all in directly. If your opponent is smart and doesn't give you the chance, stay back and play safe. By freezing the wave close to your tower, you can easily set up the wave for ganks. Now, as for the mid-late game of Sett, you always want to be split pushing whenever your TP is up. You want to specifically try to draw pressure on the side lanes and seeing if you can get all the farm, all the jungle camps and everything for yourself. Simply by taking the pressure, enemy team will eventually try to gank you, and as long as you survive all those ganks and you keep on getting every camp for yourself, you will create a very massive lead eventually. While you're split pushing on the side lanes, it's always crucial that you use your teleport whenever you have the ability to get a really good teamfight done or get a really good flank done. When your TP is down, you still want to be split pushing in the game. However, keep in mind if a dragon or baron is up, you want to stay close so you can join those teamfights. When looking to play Sett in teamfights, your primary goal is to hit as many targets as possible with your ultimate, your stun, and your W. In some cases, it's definitely worth ulting one champion to reposition yourself better and get a proper stun off. Remember to stay as efficient as possible with your Q and your auto attacks so you can dish out as much damage as possible. Lastly, if a teamfight looks really bad, just stay back and wait for better opportunities. Now, with everything said, let's get into a gameplay commentary for Sett, and I will teach you guys exactly on how to play Sett top lane. Alright guys, today I'm going to teach you guys how to play Sett top lane in Season 12. So for this game, we are running Lethal Tempo, we also have Triumph, Alacrity, Lassent, Revitalize, and we also have Second Wind. And for this matchup, we are also running Dorn Shield because we're currently facing off a ranged matchup. This Urgot's gonna poke us like crazy, so it's very, very crucial here to have a Dorn Shield. Now, let me just explain like a couple things you should know. Firstly, Sett is a champion which is heavily countered by pretty much the majority of all ranged matchups. But it's not entirely impossible to win those matchups. You just have to be very smart. For this game specifically, we're going to be running my favorite build, which is the Blade build, into Trinity Force. And once we have like the combination of both Blade and Trinity Force, we're going to be able to shred down this Urgot incredibly fast. So we're going to go for a super snowbally build. Now, the way how we're going to approach this lane, firstly, this Urgot's going to be able to basically jump on me every time I go for a CS. So for the early stage, I'm just going to do the best I can to avoid Urgot's E. And once we get to like a certain level, let's say around level 3-4, and we have the wave stacking back into Urgot, we're going to be looking into actually fighting this guy. So like until then, as long as we don't have the wave by our side, we can't really use my E at all. So we're chilling for now. Like usually when you are in a bruiser matchup, like Sett is a champ that counters most of them, you want to like aggressively like move up and play aggressive. But if you're facing like ranged matchups, usually it's better if you just stay safe and have the wave around this position, and then you slowly start stacking it up. Alright, I think Urgot plays a ward down. Let's play it safe here. I'm going to try to avoid as much damage as possible. Around level 6 is when we can definitely start making plays against this guy. Also, when we get like sustain everything, it's going to be a lot easier too. We have to end a moving top side. I'm going to see if I can all in. What seems interesting is that this guy hasn't used his Q yet. Okay. He's not really too bothered. Pop the stun, backing out. Okay. Pop the W and back out. So now we're going to start stacking the wave up. And that's going to give us a pretty huge advantage. Because if we go for a fight right now against Urgot, we can... Wait, this guy's dead. Just gonna have to flash it. There we go. So this is like what I'm referring to. If you stack waves up like crazy, like the bigger the wave gets, the stronger you become, right? And for Sett, if you're standing like in the center of the wave, you can basically charge up to Urgot, you can pop your Q out with your E, stun him, and then you can directly get a free kill on him. So once again, if the wave is getting pushed towards you in a ranged matchup, you don't really want to touch him. But if the wave is in your favor, that's where you want to walk up and hit your E. Like, as long as you cannot reach out for your E, so you can, in theory, hit it, but if you can't land the stun from the E, then it's not worth trading for. Because the guy will only get, like, knocked back, and it's simply not worth it. So once again, like, this wave is going to stack towards us, right? So in theory, we could walk up to Urgot right now, charge my Q into him. Probably hit my E if he is not careful enough. But this wave will completely focus me, so we're just gonna chill. We don't want to tank up too much damage from the CS. Alright, cool. Got the wave in a decent spot now. I'm gonna see if I can thin it out a little bit. Awesome. We're not going to trade him. I can, in theory, like, jump into it my Q right now, hit my E, probably have a good time against him. But the wave is so massive, once again, that it's just not going to be worth it because we'll take too much damage from it. You got to always play around your strengths. It's much better to at least be safe for now. So now we're going to see if we can aggressively move up. I'm gonna pop my potion here. I want to be back. I want to be at full health. I got the CS here, so I'm gonna see if I can pop my E on him. Pop the W. And we got him. So what would be a little bit more efficient would be if we actually land the ultimate when he was about to pop his ultimate or his Q, so we could avoid like a little bit of the damage. But instead I tried to pull my W on him, and I even managed to like kill him without using my W on him. Like the damage actually, he actually dodged my full W. I only actually hit my shield, that's all. But at the end of the day, like, we still won that pretty hard because we had the E to start off with. Alright, so now it's time we're going to reset, and we're going to go for the Lifesteal Scepter right now. And we're also going to go for tier 1 boots. So we're going to come back very strong. This is going to be a very, very snowbally game. Let's move back here. Instead of TPing, I'm obviously just going to walk back. I much rather save my TP for now. For much later. There's no need to. Even if Urgot's gonna hard push the wave out, it will still come over here, and we won't really miss anything. So Urgot's pretty smart. He went for steel caps. That's good because he can block like a lot of damage with it. Too bad. Use it to like walk away. So now we're just going to do this on repeat. It seems like Urgot's like a little bit slow on his E, so we're going to use that. It's going to go for the cannon here. Block that. Okay, he's going to walk away, that's fine. I'm not going to re-engage on that because I don't have my E. I was just really hoping for Urgot to like move back into me, but he kept walking backwards. So we respect him there for what it is. Gonna place a ward down. Gonna put it on the edge. Wait a second. I'm just gonna put this one instead because I just happened to see Kindred on the map right there as I want to place a ward down. I'd much rather like check up if this guy has any wards. Got you. Thank you. Now we're going to get several plates here. Take the wave, and then we're going to back out. There we go. Force it. So you can probably like get the idea about playing Sett with Lethal Tempo and Blade. It's a pretty OP setup because it's very different from the regular Sett build. It makes you just so strong because your damage does not just come from your W anymore, but instead it comes from your W and your Q with your auto attacks, you know, since you're going for like on the head. Like this makes Sett like a absolute beast when it comes down to like 1v1ing. Let's go back. So this time we're going to go for Blade. The next item we're going to go for will definitely be a Steel Caps this game because they're based on like full AD in their team comp. They don't even have a single AP. Next item we're going to go for is going to be a Trinity Force. So we can use the Blade, combine that with the Trinity Force, once again just for shredding. And then the next item after that, we're going to have to build like items that can counter like a full AD team comp. So what we're going to do is go for Starrick's Gauge. We don't... Wait, actually... No, we don't have to. We can literally go Death Stance into a random ones. A Thornmail. So, Blade and Trinity Force is going to be for the pure damage. And then Death Stance with Randuin's and also a Thornmail is going to counter like the entire team. Probably not much we can take here. Oh, whoops, I used my W. I didn't want to. Wait. That's totally my bad, by the way. That's totally my bad. Wait a second. I was kind of hoping for Twitch to like walk back into my W, actually. It's kind of what I've been hoping for. He's not going to re-engage me. I was actually hoping to pop the ultimate on Urgot and then hoping that Twitch would like walk into me when I use my W, but he actually just stood there. Twitch didn't walk at me, obviously, but I was hoping that he would. I could have also used my ultimate a little bit earlier to kick myself into Twitch. That was actually my intention, but I wasn't able to pull it off because of the positioning of him. It's okay though. So, this time we're going to go for Harpoon X. Once again, I just want to have the effect on it as well as the AD and attack speed. We're going to go back top now, and I'm going to see if I can kill Urgot on his way moving back here. So, after like laning phase, after tower, your primary goal is just going to be like splitting all day, getting catches, getting jungle camps, and stuff like that. You want to like apply pressure in the game. Kind of hoping he would actually walk in here, but he's going to continue hard pushing it. Now we kill him. We got my W as well. Got my Blade for chasing him. Fortunately not able to finish him off. It's okay though. So even when Urgot would jump into me, let's say he would like pop the entire combo, I would still be able to pop my W and even get more damage out of it. So it's good and smart from Urgot. He just kept walking back because the more damage he did, the more damage I would do with my W. So it would never be worth for him. Get this camp over here. Then we move back topside. Try to kill this Urgot again. I think that he probably thinks that I'm roaming down to mid right now, so let's see if we can flank him. Nope. I might actually be ganked or no. If Urgot walks up to me, then there's a chance that the jungler could be here, obviously. Nice. I'm not going to walk inside that brush because there could be a chance Kindred and Urgot could be standing in there. I'm going to go back now. There's not really any objective for me to take here. Like, all camps are down. I got the wave flag pushed in, got no vision on the jungle, so obviously I'm not gonna go in there. I'm gonna move mid lane. We will farm out mid lane, and then we will probably rotate back to top lane afterwards. Nice. Now we take this here. Can't really fight Urgot if I don't have vision on anybody. Gonna have to respect him. Apparently there's like 3 people on the back here. Ooh, lucky person. Oh, so apparently like this Twitch is going for AP now. So he changed his mind and he went with AP instead. Ah, because I remember, I thought I saw him like going crit, I think. Well, I can still go for like full armor. That doesn't really matter. It's still very good. So let's push this out again. I'm gonna push this out all the way down here and get the camp. By the way, quick mention, Ice Cube, thank you so much for the sub prime, man. Thank you so much for supporting me. You're awesome, man. Thank you. Let's move around here. Got my trendy in about 750. We don't necessarily have to rely on killing Urgot right now. We can just play it very safely. As long as we keep getting jungle camps, get a lead in some kind of way, then it's all good. Nice. Now we walk back to this wave here. Take that stuff, then we reset probably. Or we just need like a little bit more. The difference now is that I have my TP up. Which means if a team fight occurs in bot lane, I can just TP towards it. We will definitely win it for sure. Urgot, I believe, also has it. But this guy, I don't think he's gonna leave his lane that quickly. He failed it so hard. Wait. What happened there, man? Which is down here. Wait a second. Okay, that guy's dead. Thank you. Now we push the wave for once again. Gonna make sure to push this into the tower. Unfortunately, that Twitch got away, but I don't really care that much about Twitch. It's okay if he walks away. It's all fine. Alright. I don't think there's going to be more camps here, but we'll see. I hope that the wolves are going to be here. No. Fortunately not. Oh, they go for a surrender. Alright. Either way, like, this is kind of an idea of, like, how Sett should be played. So, either way, with that being said, thank you so much for watching today's Sett video. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.